Marvel Studios is back with another one. The Fantastic Four First Steps. It's time to talk about it. Let's go. What's going on, everyone? Clep Napier from WeAreCritiX.com, and today we're here to talk about, breakdown, and review Marvel Studios' Fantastic Four First Steps. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is finally here. Directed by Matt Shakman, the gentleman who brought us the amazing WandaVision on Disney Plus, Marvel Studios. It stars Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, Eben Moss-Bachrach, Ralph Ineson, and Julia Garner as our new Silver Surfer. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's finally here. And before I talk about what I thought about this film, because my initial reaction is out there, I try to keep it a little neutral. I try to kind of, give you my experience within the sentences without overhyping or without dulling it down, or, just kind of giving you what the experience gave me the first go around. So again, before I tell you about what I thought about the film overall, spoiler free, let's talk a little bit about the history of this thing and what this is. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This is our third go around for the first family. Third for the first, if that makes sense. Marvel has attempted to make this film many times, but through studios that were not Marvel Studios, that were not affiliated with Disney or the MCU. We've gotten an iteration that was kind of comic booky, early 2000s, kind of a little more grounded, because that was like the cool thing. It was like comic book, but grounded. Then we got another version that was completely dark and kind of totally different, a little more serious, less comic booky. That didn't really even feel real family friendly, so to speak, and more sciencey, I would say, than the previous version of that. And now this one, everyone's excited about it because it is now time for the first family, for the first time, to be done under the umbrella of home, Marvel Studios. Marvel is taking a stab at their own property, one of their most beloved comic series within the company. Not really with a lot of people. There are a lot of fans of the Fantastic Four, but this one is held close to the heart of Marvel Comics, Marvel Studios, and even Kevin Feige, producers. So this one, it's following our main four characters that we're known to see, like Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, her brother, and of course Ben Grimm, the Thing. But now we have a new addition that most casuals will probably not understand or even know about. In the comic, there is a new character, a young baby. Sue and Reed, they have a child by the name of Franklin. Who is a very, very interesting character in the comic books. I won't spoil and give you guys any gist of what to expect with this child, but just know that there is a new addition to the family. And then we also get Herbie, the robot, who is an addition in the comic book as well. So a lot of the things that you are seeing in this movie are comic book accurate. And we'll get into that in my review. But I just want to put that out there so a lot of people who may not know the lore or understand, why does this one look so different? What is all these additions and all this stuff? This is stuff that is rooted deeply in the comic, like stuff that, these other studios just felt weren't important at the time and didn't have any reason to put them in the movies then, because fair to say, these books weren't worldly known and they were just taking their own liberties. But now the first family has come home, same as Spider-Man has, but in a way that we're going to talk about right now. So, what did I think about Fantastic Four First Steps? I had a lot of fun with this movie. After it ended, post-credit scenes and all, I had I was bitten by a joy, like excitement. Now, there's another superhero movie out there that is raving right now. Everybody is, and I don't want to drop names because we're not talking about that particular movie, but you all know what I'm talking about. There's another superhero movie out that is, it's elevating the spirits right now. Everybody is hopeful and feeling joy. This one hit home for me because I am a Marvel kid. I love Marvel. And if you love Marvel, I really believe that this movie is going to pour so much joy into your heart, especially if you are a comic book fan, Marvel comic book fan, and you are a fan of the Fantastic Four. Ladies and gentlemen, the first family has finally arrived. Marvel nails the tone, the characterization, the casting. Let's talk about the casting. All right. For I'm not even gonna lie, when this was announced, I felt like it was a gut punch because we all saw a version of Reed Richards in another Marvel movie called Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Everybody's fan favorite, everybody's fan casting was John Krasinski. We wanted him before they even casted him. So they gave us him in a totally different movie that kind of appeased to the audiences. When he showed up on screen, that pop was insane. People went nuts. Then later on, when Marvel's casting Fantastic Four, bait and switch now, they casted Pedro Pascal, and a lot of us were not happy, me included. Not that I don't think that the man is talented, I just didn't know if he had what it took to bring We've already seen three other Reed Richards, you know what I mean, throughout the years, plus in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It was kind of like, what game are they playing? Is this a box office game? Is this them trying to go with what's hot right now? And because Pedro's in everything right now, guys and girls. If you Google upcoming or previous projects of Pedro Pascal, you're gonna see his name on maybe 50% of the things that's coming out. And I feel like him being in this it kind of pulled me away. I wanted to kind of see someone establish themselves through this property, through these stories. It didn't have to be a big name, but maybe just a name that we've never seen so often. So when they casted Pedro, that was probably the worst casting for me in this at the time. I was like, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Vanessa Kirby, I was okay with. I was like, she could be a Sue Storm. Joseph Quinn, they made him blonde, of course. I'm so still used and stuck to seeing him as Eddie Munson from Stranger Things. But seeing him do this, I was like, oh, okay. He's a young hotshot. I could see him in that role. The blonde hair, whatever. We know it's fake. You can tell when people dye their hair. It's just not natural looking. That's the vibe I get when I look at him as Johnny Storm. But I gave it a shot. Ebon, he we know he's gonna be Thing anyways, so I didn't know if we were gonna get like a whole origin thing at the time. So I was just like, well, he's gonna be Thing. I mean, the voice is dope. I like his voice when he's talking as Thing. So I didn't it didn't matter to me. So let's get into what I thought about the casting overall watching this after seeing how I felt in the beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, these guys nail it. Specifically, Reed Richards, Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards is something that I didn't know I needed until I saw this movie. He is awesome in this character. He is bringing the vulnerability. He is bringing the sciencey, nerdy, geeky, insecure when it comes to Sue. When it comes to life, when it comes to being a father, when it comes to like, he is so awkward in his skin that it just translates so well in the story, in the dynamic of the family. They all just fit so well, and it's so crazy. Like, I didn't see it coming. I felt like it just came out of nowhere, and I was like, wow, I'm really loving this dynamic, which is probably the strongest thing about the film. But I'll end with that because I want to talk about the bond, the family bond, a little bit later. So, casting, I'm a-okay. Let's talk about tone, action, tonally. This thing straight out of comic books, people. I'm telling you, page for page, it feels like they do this cool thing. I'll tell you, no spoilers, but Shackman does this really cool thing with catching us up to speed. Similar to other movies. This isn't the first time it's been done, but it was good to see it done so clean and so seamless, and such with care and a homage to what the lore of these characters bring. Catching us up to speed, like, there's no origin story per se, but you get a little bit of what I'm talking about in the trailers. Let's just take what you know in that trailer and then what would you do if you wanted to visually see what's going on in that trailer when the gentleman is narrating the origin? So I'll leave it at that. They he does a very good job at that. Catching us up to speed. We're not bored. We're getting wild. We're like, oh wow, like cool, man. I kind of wish I was there when it happened, kind of thing. Like I think that they take care of the characters very well with that, tonally and action wise. Now, by the end of it, you might feel like, well, there really wasn't a lot of action. But then when you start compiling on the stuff that you did get and the things that you did see, you're like, all right, we got enough, but it'll leave you wanting more. Like, I'm interested in seeing so much more outside of this movie. The villain. Let's get to the villain. We all know from the trailers, Galactus is here. He's in the MCU the way he's supposed to be, the way he's supposed to look. And a lot of people are asking, is he the best villain? Is he a good villain? All right, let's be real. There's a lot of villains in the MCU that are very hard to top. We have the Winter Soldier at one point. Man, we had Thanos. We got Loki. He's not the best villain, but he is the most Galactus we have ever gotten. I mean, we're only comparing it to really one, but he is Galactus. And if you know those comics and you know the cartoons, he is Galactus. Terrifying at some times. The stakes are real. He ain't playing around. I honestly at some points didn't know where this was going. I was like, because everybody thinks, we're like, the world's gonna end. Like, what's gonna happen? Like, you feel the world is gonna end. Like, it's no game. Like, he's not nerfed. He's formidable, and I appreciate what they did with him, because you never know. Like, you never know what's gonna happen when you're watching the whole Galactus thing going on, and the voice by Ralph Einstein. Like, yeah, man. I thoroughly enjoy Galactus in this film. But to say the best, I wouldn't say the best, but the best for this movie, the best for Fantastic Four. Like, we all know he's a main protagonist in the antagonist in the Fantastic Four world. So yeah, it was great. I was shocked that they started with him, but it was worthy. It's very, very worthy. This is not really. It's not really a spoiler, but there's another villain in the movie that was announced. He's probably the worst thing in this movie for me. Not the fact that they put him in the movie. I'm not really digging how he's so portrayed. And I'm not really familiar with him in the comics per se. I know of him, but I don't know his personality. And I'm talking about Mole Man. Mole Man is in the film. For a little bit more than probably expected. And the first go, I was like, all right, I like this. The next time, I'm like, I don't know. Could have did without. But he's there. And I don't want to give away nothing else, but like, let's just say you're getting a lot of the Fantastic Four's world when it comes to characters. So I'm just gonna leave it at that, and that's not giving away anything. But you're getting a full plate of their world. In that being said, let's wrap it up, because I don't want to go too long. Overall, this film is a setup movie for the Fantastic Four. You're not getting a lot of connection to the things that are going on, but what you're getting is the stuff that you're supposed to foresee. That's the only way I can say that you can really enjoy this as a casual. People who are in this, we listen to Kevin Feige talk, we know the interviews, we know the comic books, we know the MCU, we know where it's supposed to go based on the titles of the future films. It's all there for you. The setups are there. You'll know what to expect, and you'll be excited because you know what's coming. Everyone else, casuals, you will enjoy the film because it's a great film. It's enough. I think honestly, if you're gonna like that other superhero movie, you're gonna like this, because they kind of have the same vibe as far as what they're giving you. They drop you right into it and just go. Drop you know better. You know what's going on. Anything else you got to ask a friend who knows. Call a friend, phone a friend. But other than that, it's fast paced. It slows down a little bit in the middle, but you're right into it immediately. And then the third act is satisfying. Conclusion, uh, not really any cliffhanger stuff outside of the stuff that you're anticipating on your own. You're like, damn it, I can't wait to see more of these guys. And then comes the post credit scenes. The first one will get a pop. Theaters will rumble. Some people may give a side eye, like, eh, but it's going to get a reaction. The third one, sorry, the second one, Marvel being Marvel. Yeah, Marvel being Marvel. It's there if you want to just be in the know, but the first one is the one you got to wait for. And ladies and gentlemen, that is all I got to say about the Fantastic Four. I had a blast watching this movie. I could watch this movie 100 times over. It's that good for me. I liked it. It brought these characters to life straight out of the pages, ripped them right out, put them right on the screen in the most comic booky way they could ever have been portrayed. I love everybody in this movie and for what they did. I can't wait to see it again, ladies and gentlemen. You guys let me know. Are you going to see this movie? Are you super excited like I am to see this film? Like, comment, share. Make sure you subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, for more movie news, television news, and pop culture, see Fantastic Four First Steps in theaters July 25th. Oh, and Comic-Con weekend is coming up. I'm going to be there. Are you going to be there? Let me know. Hit me up in the comments below, and I will talk to you all later. Peace.